Happy Friday. Vanessa here, rounding up this week's headlines and events. And trust me, I don't even understand what's been happening lately. But hey, let's get started. Just like I said last week, I'm not an economist or a politician for that matter, but here's what I do know. Argentina has begun negotiating for a line of credit with the International Monetary Fund, or as people like to call it here, Lord Voldemort and Darth Vader combined. President Mauricio Macri announced the negotiations this week, and the government vowed for a tighter fiscal policy in an effort to try and stabilize the peso. As we all know, the Argentine currency has gone down 19% since the beginning of the year. The IMF evokes many bad memories and widespread skepticism amongst many Argentines because of the economic policies from the debt crisis that happened back in 2001. Now, the IMF says it acknowledges some of those mistakes made, and Treasury Minister Nicolás Duhovne seems to back that claim up as well, saying the IMF of today is different from the one we knew 20 years ago, and I quote, "The fund has learned its lessons from the past just like we all did." So for now, your guess is as good as mine. We can only wait and see how this will all play out. In lighter news, the Expo Empleo Joven Job Fair returns for its third edition. This year alone, the Expo promises at least 20,000 jobs and 3,000 scholarships. Entrance to the fair is free and aimed at teens and young adults. The BA provincial government hopes to welcome around 200,000 attendees this year. The fair will also have stands set up for a variety of different workshops. I asked producers to play that Rihanna song that goes, work, 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 work. When you see me, I'll be work, 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 work. But as it turns out, we're supposed to pay royalty fees for that, so I'm just gonna let you play that in your head and save a few dollars. See, and people say our generation is doomed. Okay, so the real breaking news here, remember that star in the center of the solar system that we call the sun? Yeah, it's supposed to peek its head out this weekend and make a cameo appearance. Finally, for God's sakes, we're 2 storms away from becoming Atlantis 2.0. You've been trying to find an excuse to build an ark. This may be your chance. Okay, let's move on to events. Since the sun is making a cameo this weekend, you should get out of your cave and head out to the 2nd edition of the Día Nacional de los Monumentos. I bet you didn't know that was a thing. I certainly didn't, but, well, it is. Organized by the National Commission of Monuments, Places, and Historical Properties, which is also a real thing from the Ministry of Culture, this event aims to encourage Argentines to get closer to their legacy by learning about it. And don't worry, us Yankees get the invite too. We can all agree that Argentina is a country with a very rich cultural heritage, and this weekend more than 500 buildings and spaces of heritage value are open to the public. You're welcome. To see the complete list of places and spaces that can be visited, go to the Cultural Ministry's website or just Google it, because I'm not your personal assistant. You can always get super artsy and creative over at the Museo Mitre to say peace out to the 2 peso bill. It was useless and wrinkly anyways, right? The street in front of the museum and some rooms in the house will become a laboratory of artistic experimentation as we still try to get over the fact that the 2 peso bill is no mas. This will be an opportunity to reflect on national symbols. This year would have marked Eva Perón's 99th birthday, and for those of you wondering, yes, she was a Taurus. Celebrations will be held at Museo Evita, where there will be guided tours and recorridos led by the museum's staff. Kids are welcome, and there will be a workshop to reflect on the national heritage and nation building through observation of the city. Because the best kind of fun is educational, but also vodka. You can, of course, always stay home and binge out watching my top Netflix pick this week, Money Heist, or in Spanish, La Casa de Papel. This Spanish television series is so good, it's amazing. And I'm pretty sure with that terrible accent, I've offended the entire Kingdom of Spain. So what's the plot? Well, basically a criminal mastermind who goes by the name of the Professor has a plan to pull off the biggest heist in recorded history to print billions of euros in the Royal Mint of Spain. Now, to help him carry out this ambitious plan, he recruits 8 people with certain abilities to make it all happen. A lot happens with hostages, money, guns, and the police, basically. It's dramatic with a capital D. Also, the show is probably the most polarizing ever since a lot of people seem to hate it a lot. Those of you who do can comment below. I promise I won't read or whatever, but just don't cuss at me in Spanish, okay? Okay, whatever you do, have fun this weekend and make sure to visit all of the headlines and stories on The Bubble at www.thebubble.com. Bye, have a good weekend.